Hello and welcome. This is Michele Christensen of OneNote Worthy Life, and this is a Plan With Me video for June of 2020. I'm using OneNote for Windows 10, and I'm going to walk you through how I evaluate the past month and set new goals for the upcoming month. As usual for my Plan With Me videos, I've already done this process, and I'm going to give you a nice, concise overview. The reason I do my own process before I film is because, as you'll see, I don't really use any impressive OneNote pages. It's mostly just text and lists. And I also really take my time with this piece so that I can think things through and do some reflecting and that kind of thing. So before we get into the video, I do want to just acknowledge the incredibly challenging time we are going through right now in the spring/summer of 2020 in the US and throughout the world. So let's get into the video. The first thing I do when I'm transitioning from month to month is I look at what my goals were for the past month and how I did with that. So for May, this is for OneNote Worthy Life, which is my YouTube channel and blog. My first goal was to follow my editorial schedule, and I've been working on this for several months now, and I've been doing pretty good for the most part. Being able to schedule and stick to a publishing schedule is one of the most important things for growing a channel as a YouTube creator. So I feel like this is something I want to be able to do consistently and pretty comfortably every single month. So for the last few months, I've almost on track. So for June, I'm going to up the ante just a little bit, and we'll talk about that when I do June's goals. So my second goal for May had to do with my monthly live stream show called the Take Note Chat. I had been on hiatus for a while, and June was the month where I wanted to resume broadcasting, and I am filming this Plan With Me video very late in the month, and so I'm completely on track for June, and June's chat actually did get scheduled and actually happened already, so that I can say for sure that that goal turned out well. The chat video and the entire playlist for the Take Note Chat will be linked in the description if you're interested in. I've also been reaching out to people who could be potential future guests, so that's going really well also. I have a project going on for the fall, and I'm not trying to be mysterious or anything like that. I just don't have enough support for it that I can announce it yet. But I did get started on that, so I'll let you know as soon as I have anything concrete to announce. So let's move on to my personal goals. So I usually start my personal goals for the month, I'm just making this a little bit bigger, with a calorie goal. I'm actively working to drop a little extra weight. And so I had a calorie goal. I wanted to undereat by about 400 calories a day. And I didn't hit this, but I did manage to drop just a little bit of weight in May. So that's success in my book. So my next goal has to do with Be Ready, and Be Ready is my theme for 2019, 2020, and probably beyond. I have a link to a playlist with much more information about that, what it means and how I plan to get there. But in a nutshell, it means I want to feel more ready to take advantage of whatever opportunities come my way or react when things come up that I wasn't expecting. I just want to feel more ready for life in general. So my current focus with respect to that is to do all of my daily habits almost every day, and I have been making progress on this. I've been more consistent, and I've also been thinking about how I can rearrange my schedule to have time every day to work on those daily habits. So I'm doing good on that, but I want to continue to improve. My next goal had to do with finishing the HVAC, that's heat, ventilation, air conditioning. We upgraded our system in March, and the actual work and the installation was done in March. But when you do a job like that, there are so many odds and ends to finish it, and so that's what I've been working on. And because of COVID, everything's moving slower, even getting paperwork from various, the energy companies, the city, that kind of thing. It'll all get done, I'm sure, but, just keep chipping away at it. The final goal I had has to do with my security system at our home. My husband and I have been expanding that and adding on to it. And we've been working on that for the past few months. And when we decided to do the HVAC upgrade, it kind of bumped everything else down on the priority list, but I thought I could keep both going. what I realized is that I tend to work on just way too many things at a time. And I've had this realization many times, and I keep learning it and changing. So hopefully I will learn to work on fewer things at a time. So even though I had set this as a goal and didn't make any progress on it, I did kind of make the conscious decision to put this on hold and focusing on just getting the entire HVAC project completely done, like just so that I can file everything away and really be done with it. And then we'll get back to this project. That yellow dot that you see next to it, that's a signifier I use to mean that it's kind of on hold, like a yellow stoplight means it's just kind of waiting. That's a tag I created, and I do have videos on tags, so I can link to those in the description as well. So the next page I want to show you is called What Else? And this is just a freeform section where I record things that affect my month, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. So let's see. So May, I want to work on my wellness a little bit more. I don't feel like I've been doing enough to take care of my own wellness during this time where we're staying at home and things like that. So I had this thought in May. I do want to do better on this. That's what the comment is about. I think maybe one of the next few months coming up, maybe next month, maybe not, I want to make a more tangible workout goal so that I can start increasing the amount of exercise I'm getting. And we're still on lockdown, so as of May anyway. So that, that's been just, challenging like it has been for everybody. So now that I've looked at my What Else page, I want to look at my May annual plan. And the only thing I had planned for May when I set up my year was I was going to take a trip to the East Coast to see a family member graduate college. And the graduation ceremony was canceled. The trip was canceled. So that was kind of a bummer. But, it's not the only person that's had stuff canceled. So the last thing I want to show you for May is my May calendar, and I try to write down something good that happens each day. And it's been a little bit mundane with the last few months of just being home so much and doing kind of a lot of the same thing over and over, but it's still valuable to me to really take a look at that day and find something good that happened that day, even if it was something mundane. So now it's time to set up June, and I like to use my prior month's goals and how I did on those, as well as my annual plan as a starting point for the next month. So this is what I thought I would be doing in June when I set up my year at the beginning of the year. And I just have two birthday celebrations this month. Now with COVID happening and stuff, we're going to be doing both of these virtually. So I will be there, but it won't be the same as having an actual event to go to. And if you've been watching my Plan With Me videos for a while, you might know that I used to plan my years much more heavily. I would slot in big projects anytime there wasn't a lot going on. And for the last year and this year, I kept the plan a lot lighter. Like this month is just these two birthday parties. And it's really been working out well. It's allowed me to have some more flexibility and be more adaptable and not feel like I have just too much happening at a time. So that's been really good. So then I want to show you my June goals for One Noteworthy Life. So I'm going to follow my editorial schedule, and my goal for this month is to get all of my videos posted within a few days of the expected date, maybe within a day or two. So this is what I meant by like just kind of a small incremental change. And obviously I didn't hit that goal for this particular video, but just keep trying. And the next goal I have for the month of June has to do with the Take Note chat. And my first goal was to successfully complete June's chat. And because I'm filming so late in the month, that has actually already happened. My next goal was to start on July's chat and to get a recurring schedule going on my editorial calendar so that I have things happening ahead of time. And I'm working on that. And then I want to continue to work on ways to reach out to people, potential speakers and that kind of thing. So also working on that. And I want to make progress on that fall project I talked about. And I'm working on that as well. So my June personal goals. So as I mentioned, I start with a calorie goal. For this particular month, I'm sticking with that 400. That seems to be working really well for me right now. And then under the category of Be Ready, I want to continue to focus on doing all of those daily habits pretty much every day. Maybe not 100%, but most days. And it's really helpful to be doing those during quarantine because both my husband and I are working from home, and we're home so much that the house and sort of all the stuff that go along with that, just need a lot more work. So it's really good to be doing those daily habits and keeping my environment in order. I really have benefited from that. So then the last thing I want to show you is my June calendar. And I have a few days filled in because I'm filming this already into the month. And I guess that's it. That's it for June. I'm all set up. And as I mentioned, I am filming this way into June. But one of the things about that is I've been working on this goal for a while. And this month, June, was the first time I kind of upped the ante and said I want to stick really close to that editorial schedule and get stuff out within a day or so of when I plan it. And I did make it, but I've learned that for a lot of the goals I set, it takes a few tries. Like I try, I don't quite get it. I try again, and maybe like on the second, third, fourth try, I get it. So don't be concerned if you don't hit your goals on the first try. Just keep at it. So the last few months have been difficult and uncertain, and we really don't know what's going to happen over the next few months, even the next few years. I do want to take this opportunity, though, as I do at the end of every Plan With Me video, to encourage you to start some sort of goal setting and evaluation practice of your own. And you can start really small and simple, maybe just one thing or something you want to do a certain number of days out of the month. There's just so much value in the thought that goes into that, and taking just a few minutes to review that and see if you did it, and if not, why not? What got in your way? You don't have to do it the way I do it or how much I do. You can just start with something really simple and just set a goal and evaluate it at the end of the month and then go into the next month. It's just so super helpful. So if you do have any questions or comments on this, or something you want to see in more detail, please do leave a comment below and I will get back to you. If you like this, hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to see more videos like this, as well as OneNote tutorials and live streams focusing on topics within using OneNote and related topics, do subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.